We are always looking for experts in the community. Life is most important with regard to having something best managed when you have something that's concrete, substantial, that can handle the tough times and the wherewithal. So when we're talking about that, we're talking about an expert. I figure we might as well bring in some experts who talk about concrete. Well, welcome to the studio, Mike Eberhardt and his wife, Morgan. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And welcome to the show, you guys. We appreciate having experts to help us substantiate, the things that I had to play on that a little bit because everybody's looking for something solid, something concrete, something that they know will sustain. And why not have an expert contracting company in studio that's going to help us to understand the finer points of concrete and all the beautiful work you guys have put together. Quick shout out, everybody. We're going to put up on the wall behind us. But this is the Your Little Castle show sponsored by Carroll House Furniture. And we love them because we know that you like nice things. And then I was waiting for that to happen. I knocked Mike's phone down there. I'll let him grab that. But you also like nice things in your house, in your little castle. So as you can see, I've got that up there. Morgan and Mike here to help us exemplify that. And then as we continue, we also want to talk about how it is that you get yourself into a nice establishment by getting a nice place to live with a mortgage, typically for your family there. And that's what we do with our partners with USA Mortgage. So shout out for both of them as our sponsors. They do great work. We also talk about what we do with our Clicks Pro guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about that at some point during our show here. So with that, everybody, stay tuned now as I'm going to get to some excitement. So let's take a look. I'm going to put up on the wall because you guys do have a pretty nice looking website, and it's important for people to show off their work a little bit. And if they're not showing off their work, what are they showing? Because if you don't have a good looking website, then that's one of the first things people are going to ask, why? And then, of course, as you've got a good looking website, I'm going to put that up full screen for everybody there. And why wouldn't you? Because if you've got great work, you got to show that off. And you guys do a good job of that. So let me put that up on the wall for everybody to see. I've got my wide shot there for everybody to still see that. So welcome to the studio. Tell us why, Mike, why did you decide to get into this business? And what is it that such obviously this is what I want to do?
Yeah, I've been in the field my entire life, and it's all I really knew. From doing side work before I could even drive, and eventually that kind of just took over and saw the opportunity to do this full time, and we kind of capitalized on it, and here we are.
Well, that's important because a lot of people do realize that when you're starting a business, you want somebody that starts off with some expertise, and hopefully not something they started when they were 40. And Morgan, tell us why you love what you're doing here and what you enjoy about working no limit contracting and sales.
Yeah. It just kind of gives us that opportunity to do what Mike's really good at. He's been doing this, like he said, his whole life, and it's great just to see him out there doing what he loves.
Good. Well, and that's what we want, people that are doing what they love, because if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life, they say, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start throwing out the quotes. That's one I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to use, but it's so true. And that's why my passion is helping people share who they are and put out what they do to help the community to make the world a better place. Because if you're not doing that, then what are you doing, right? Yeah. And boy, I almost want to jump right into the work you guys got, because on the wall we've got some pictures we're going to share with everybody. But let's continue with a couple other questions. Mike, give me a little bit about the path. What is the path that led you here? Because you've got a unique path, a little history there. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is taking a risk. Most people won't take that risk and then put the effort in behind it. We made a decision early on. This is what we wanted to do, even if Morgan didn't know how extreme I was going to be on it. I mean, we sold everything, even our house, to get this business started, and we're still putting the work in every day. It's something we're both very passionate about and rely on it.
Well, then tell me then a little bit more about, as I'm adjusting cameras on the fly, everybody. We sometimes do that, but I want to get Mike's shot straight on him. Tell me then, Morgan, I want to ask you that same question. What's the passion for you? Why do you do this?
I mean, I think just being passionate about what we do and providing clients with the premium work that we provide.
Tell me more about that.
I don't know.
That's all right. So I'm gonna inject here. We'll go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this up. That camera got off a little bit off to the side. So with that, everybody, I'm waving at everybody. So to continue there. All right. So I wave. We'll go back, and this is a quick edit I can make. Let's start off with question. All right, we're back in here. I'll start off with Morgan. What is a personal hobby or passion that you have that kind of ties into this? Help us understand why it is you decided to join with Mike on this venture.
Yeah. I think Mike and I both love being outside. We love to entertain. We love to be outside with our families. We love to cook, and we always provide a space for people that is outdoors, and kind of creating that space that people can love and enjoy to be outside more.
Yeah. Mike, tell me why you feel the same.
Yeah, we definitely like having people over. We enjoy going camping with family and friends. We like to do side-by-side riding and dirt bikes, and with our little one, and enjoy the outdoors. So
when it comes down to it, Mike, is a matter of doing what you do to make a difference in our community. That's key to the success of any business. How long have you been in the business, and how many years of experience do you really bring to the table for everybody here?
Yeah, we're pushing 6 years in business, and roughly we have about 18 years. I do in the field, and like I said, my dad had his own business too growing up, so he had me out there loading block and stuff before school, and building retaining walls when I still had a little remote control Bobcat that I used to play with. So we've been doing it for a little while now.
Well, that's key to, like I said, if you've got something you've done for a long period of time, especially one emphasis I have here that I noticed about Mike is that he understands the ins and outs of the business, but he looks so young. I finally asked him how old he was. I won't make him say that on camera, but I was like, holy cow, you really get what this is about and have made it function. Now, that's a benefit, I think, also because with the years of experience, starting at a young age as a kid. And when I was a kid, I helped Dad too. I would drop the screwdriver down the pipes as they were putting in fixtures at our cabin down in where we have a cabin in southern Missouri. But you didn't do so much of that. You were there to help Dad and learn at an early age. That gives you some insight. And then being young enough, like I say, us old guys, keeping up with the technology sometimes is a challenge. Being a younger guy, you say, I know the way these things work. I know there's problems sometimes. The contractors that are up there and they've got the experience, but they can't keep up with the technology. Not a problem here for you.
Yeah. Like I said, we keep, we send our guys on a lot of training, and myself, we're constantly traveling to do these training exercises and stuff to keep learning everything new that keeps coming out. So,
well, that is again a key to what I think makes for the success of any business if you're going to stay on top of what's going on. Morgan, what is it about your business that fuels your passion? I'm going to ask you that one first.
I would say that I think there truly is, I know it's kind of quirky, but there is no limit to what we do. We offer outdoor projects from start to finish, so it's always nice to keep everything in-house and be able to communicate with just us on your project from start to finish.
Tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's very similar. I know there is no limit, knowing that we can keep going, keep growing, help more people, and get more people outside enjoying the projects that we're able to provide for them. All
right, I'm going to do a quick adjustment here on our camera because it's giving me some weird feedback live. There we go, fixing in, and we've got this wide shot. So I'm going to do another quick edit right here. I'm going to do it during our stuff here. So this camera started acting up weird. It zoomed out on me, and I wanted to say it zoomed in, and that's because it's got this. I've researched it. This camera does at times, and now it's like doing it the whole time. Jump. And so let me turn that. So I got to do some editing. I have to do some editing anyway. Life is all about how you overcome the adversity, right? All right. Right there.
It's cool that you can edit it on the fly, though, like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was going to be like start to finish. don't mess up.
He'd rather it that way.
Yeah,
just so he don't have to
probably.
edit it.
Okay. All right, so I want to get that angle right. It's weird, it just stopped working in the middle. Is that a good shot? Okay, good. All right.
Anytime.
Now on to number 6, it looks like.
Yeah, so we do mention quick turnaround estimates, and we tend to do things that others may miss. Did we kind of cover that already? No? Okay. So I do this, and I remember to edit back in. Otherwise, sometimes I just keep going. All right. If there's one thing that kind of helps set you guys apart, would you say it's the fact that you have a quick turnaround? I think we talked about with regard to your estimates. We were talking about. Tell me a little bit more about that, Mike.
Yeah, obviously communication is one of our biggest things. Even though it might be hard at times, we do our best communicating with our customers, getting back to them as soon as possible. Our biggest thing is try to get out there to look at your project as soon as you're available, and then getting that estimate back to you within a couple days, and get the ball rolling.
Well, with that, I want to put up on the screen for everybody. Let's take a look at our TV wall. We built the wall here, everybody, and we have a number of bits of information. I did some research on you guys, as we tend to do, but here you are in the Better Business Bureau, an A+. That's important, and for somebody who wants to be successful, keep a good reputation with your the surveyors who talk about what you do, and make sure that you represent well. Right here, though, something I had not seen before, and again, it's something we don't necessarily research, but you guys are going to good part. You guys are listed on Dun & Bradstreet, No Limit Contracting and Sale LLC. That's cool. I had not seen any other business for what we're doing here put themselves out there to be listed there, and that's pretty cool. But I want to jump into some of your reviews here. You've got a 5.0. You're not one of the companies out there. It looks like you're just saying, "Get everybody, give me a review." People are giving you reviews are giving you reviews because they want to, and you've got some good ones here. So let's read this first one just a little bit, if we can. This is from Scott McGrain. He said, 5 stars, professionals, punctuality, quality, responsiveness, value. This is the concrete company you want. Any concrete related service you're after, they've got you covered. The owner, Mike, is prompt, courteous, very knowledgeable. He will take your vision and turn it into reality. Everyone on his crew is a hard worker, detail-oriented, and very respectful. So those are the kinds of reviews that we're looking for from people. Tell me, how satisfying is it to have those kinds of people saying these kinds of things about you?
Oh, it's great, and they're great customers, and I think that project was done well over a year ago, and I think it was about 2 weeks ago we were back out there looking at some phase 2 of their project. They got a beautiful backyard that they're going to be hanging out there all summer long with their new pool and everything along those lines. So it's great to see that.
Well, that's key. Like I said, we talk about it. If you're going to have success these days, you've got to have some people that speak well of you, and those reviews are critical. And if you don't have any reviews, get some reviews. Go back to past clients and ask them, and then say. And very often, and it looks like you've done a good job here. Somebody might say, "Well, here's something," and it gives you the opportunity to make something better. Yeah. It also allows you to reconnect with your clients, and they may say, "Oh, by the way, I got some more work for you." A little trade secret there. Yeah. By the way, a lot of people are familiar with it, been around for a while doing it. Yeah. So keep up the good work with that, because that's something that really sets you guys apart. What do you feel like the one thing that really does set you apart for what you actually do for your clients? What would you say that is? I'm going to go over both of you for that. Should we start off with you, Morgan, on that one?
Yeah. I mean, I think what really sets us apart would be communication. We'll never leave you in the dark on a project. From start to finish, you're always able to speak with someone in regards to the status of your project, or when it's coming up, or when we'll be finished, when we're going to be on the job site, just to let people know that we're going to be there for them, and make them feel good that they're working with us.
Mike, tell me the same thing.
I really think it's the same thing, communication. I mean, from the start, matter if I was knee deep in concrete, I would answer my phone, and sometimes it's still tough, but between the office and us, we definitely are going to get back to all our customers, and I think that's the biggest thing that we see a lot of customers struggle with if they were working with somebody else.
Well, something I noticed that you guys pay attention to, and that is critical for any kind of business, is to do that, pay attention to those kinds of details. But this is probably my favorite question. I like to write down my questions because I want to make sure I cover everything that I think is important. So we've got a long list of stuff we like to go over here. But tell me though, it's so much is involved here. People are spending quite a bit of money, and what's the cheapest concrete job that can be done? $500 maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
It
for a
varies,
little
for
sideway
sure.
repair, but typically people are getting pools. We're going to show some of the work that they've done here. Amazing stuff. But this is a big decision. What's a common mistake that people often make when they're considering getting some concrete work done? Who wants to take that one?
Yeah, I mean,
Mike?
especially in the concrete world, I think the biggest thing is hiring, possibly the cheapest or trying to do it yourself. I mean, you only get one shot at pouring concrete. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but you don't want to be ripping it out, especially a second time. And trust me, we have. It's not fun coming back to tear out somebody else's work that our customer just paid for. So, you only get one shot at it, and you want to make that look good and long lasting.
Very true. I would say that's critical because as you think about that, I got to emphasize that a little bit there if you don't mind. But yeah, you don't pour concrete 3 different times, right? You can get away with paint maybe a little bit. You spray another layer of paint on top. You get some paint remover. But concrete, like it's done, it's done. It's more work to pull it out than it is to put it in, I guess, often very much too. So very important side note there. Don't make this mistake once, much less twice.
Yep.
And so that's important. Tell me a time when you guys feel like you helped somebody, helped a client. There was somebody you knew that was in a tough situation, maybe some work that had been done prior that you had to come in and fix, or maybe a time when they had something going with you guys. You're like, okay, we want to change your mind. It wasn't exactly what they thought. Didn't communicate well. Communication is always key. But you came in there and made it right. I mean, obviously, as long as you guys have been around and the success you've had, you wouldn't be. We don't invite just anybody on the show, everybody. we vet them to make sure that they know what they're doing. Tell me a time with that. Who wants to take that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been multiple times where we come back after a job's been complete by somebody else where we have to make it right, and those are never fun ones for us even. But as far as helping customers, I mean, I think one of the biggest things is our guys. Our crew. They matter from taking their groceries in while their driveway is being tore out, or anything along those lines, taking the trash cans back to the garage for them. I mean, we've even had guys run down the road to help the neighbors mow their grass for a second while we're in the middle of our project. So I mean, and we can't take credit for that. That's our crew. We can't teach that or anything like that.
Morgan, tell me some more about that.
I think one cool thing that that stands out to me is we offer financing. So sometimes the project budget is not there, it needs to be done, it's something that's falling apart, and we can kind of go in and help the customer find a budget that's good with them, that will fit whatever their project is, and then being able to help them finance that project.
Good stuff, because a lot of times financing is one of the key pieces. Like when you're going to get into a job like this, and I can't just hand over $30,000. We need special financing in place, and so you guys have taken the time to partner up with some finance companies, I guess, to do that.
Yep.
Yes.
That's really cool because that makes it all happen. That's what makes finance makes the world go around. Everybody, it's just you give people, and that's where they figured out even the smaller, less wealthy people like myself, we can still get things done if we can get somebody to help us pay for it. And they'll make a few bucks off us for doing that, but it's worthwhile because it helps us improve our lives and get the things done we want to get done. That's key. That's also, if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, why I decided to put the hat on. Now, they were talking about that also prior a little bit. Financing is important, but I like how you help people in the community. And when you were talking about helping to mow the neighbor's grass when they were literally like stuck and whatever and just needed some help, and somebody pick up the trash can, help them mow the grass. You're gonna get a live fist bump on that one. There we go. We don't often do that on the show, but I felt that is appropriate. Tell me the process somebody goes through when somebody's ready to work with you guys. How do they get started? What are the steps that they need to follow to get going with this?
So you can contact us from any of our social media, from our website. You can email us. You can call us at any time, really. And then after you contact us, we would set you up with a time that would be good for both of us to meet, because we always like to look at our projects first, just so there's no hidden costs or there's no surprises in the end. We would meet on site and kind of discuss your project, and then an estimator would reach back out with your proposal. so he could get that to you. And once you accept that proposal, then we really like to communicate with the customer on when's a good time to start and what works best for us on a timeline to get your project on the books.
Very good. That's key. I mean, knowing how to get going on with these projects is always the confusing part. Who do I call? How do I get started? And you just take that over and walk them through and make sure they get it done.
Yeah.
Let's show you guys everybody a little bit about your guys' website, because there is a lot of good information you guys have out there, and so we put that up on the wall for everybody to see here. So talk to me a little bit about what we're looking at. This is your company mission, some of the concrete examples, and then we've got some specifics. We did here a unique task we took on this time for everybody. We've got stuff they've uploaded to our Google Drive we're going to share with everybody. But some of your latest projects here, and this is just all on the front page of your site. You have one of these sites that's not one of the most complex with multiple hundreds of pages. You just kind of scroll down and you get that one good feel going through your page here. Tell me one place you'd like me to visit on your website to show somebody.
I would say our latest work is something that we always like to highlight on. We try to focus on what's new, what we're working on lately, what's a good project for the season. Like for instance, this one right here is a seawall. So I know a lot of people will be out on the lake this summer, and we'll be able to get out there and use that boat slip for sure.
I just want to give everybody a glimpse. So lots of great information on the website. So with that, let's zoom over. I'm going to put up on, we got your Facebook on the other wall there, but I'm going to switch screens on everybody and do it live. Here we go. This is our no limit contracting Google Drive share. So everybody, you're looking at our Google Drive share, and I told you earlier, tell me where you'd like me to click here on something you've got off. You can see it there in front of you or off to the right, whichever is easier for you.
Any of them, really.
Yeah, you can.
Well, let's just start off now. This one looks interesting. I'm going to double click here. So this is a TikTok, and this is what they call a time lapse a little bit, and then some inserted videos. I mean, just kind of the overview of what you guys offer and some of the quality you've got. The fact you've got some heavy equipment there too. I'm like, holy cow, those are some heavy machinery, as they say. What else would you add about that little video?
Oh, that's actually a hiring video that we put out to, we're constantly growing and, needing help in that aspect. And, we put that out. We've had several people apply and join the team from that. And we're constantly looking for more. Well,
that's key, because these days, man, getting good work is important, as is always. And a little bit more. So I'm just going to jump around on this for everybody.
Go ahead.
And I'm looking at these steps with this. That looks like print. I mean, like, did you stamp that? That looks amazing. How you made that look like? I guess is that kind of a wood rock finish? What is that finish everybody sees?
That's all stamped concrete. That pool in that picture, actually, we didn't install. That pool's roughly, I think, 26 years old in that picture. So we tore all the concrete up around it. Repoured everything stamped. We built the seat wall and the little fire pit there, and put some lighting in the steps and everything. It turned out well.
Good looking work there. All right, I'm going to keep jumping around here. We're keeping it spontaneous. We're not scripting everything here, everybody. Here's another good looking picture. Somebody tell me what's going on with this one.
That one is an outdoor kitchen. We actually put the roof extension on the house. That one's right there in Festus, Missouri. Hot tub dropped down in there with fire pit. There was a retaining wall with lights in the steps on that one, and that one turned out really well. They can enjoy their backyard now. Instead of a nice steep slope like they had, they have a nice fire pit and everything to hang out by, especially with this nicer weather.
And again, we love that we can create a space that is from start to finish something that we can provide, whether that's concrete, retaining walls, excavation, any type of site work. The client was definitely able to enjoy that.
Very cool. Well, here's a pretty substantial. This is an outdoor pizza oven. Is that what that is?
It is. It is. That one, my dad actually, took care of the retaining wall and the fireplace on that one, and we poured all the stamped concrete around it. That's a really good friend of ours' house on the lake, so it's a great space for them. It's right on the water.
Well, good looking stuff here. And again, I'm gonna sneak up on you. I'm gonna go just left one and see what happens as I click on this to go. What is to the left? This one's kind of cool. The pool was there, but you guys, is this another view of the video we saw earlier?
Yep.
But you did this entertainment piece and all. Tell us what all you guys did here. This looks pretty impressive.
We built a retaining wall to hold the pool area up, and we installed the fence and all the concrete work. We saw cut a nice border along the pool. to give it that look. And then we also, in the background there is a TV wall. So they're mounting, I believe it was a 70-inch TV inside that, so they can enjoy watching the game or whatever while they're in the pool hanging out. So it was a cool project. It really was.
Very cool. All right, I'm going to keep scrolling here because we know the only things you uploaded there were things that you wanted us to see, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry so much. Another angle for the same layout.
Yeah.
Very cool. Just, wow, did you make those rocks?
They're prefabricated rocks.
Yeah, but I mean, those aren't mined like that and you brought them in. Those were created. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. And a little review here from somebody. Tell me what was going on here.
This is actually a project, I believe he had some troubles with another contractor getting his concrete poured, and I think we kind of took over the project and got him where he needed to be, and I think he's got a shop built and everything now, so he's a great guy. He actually comments on a lot of our pictures and everything over the years, because I think that was, I think it says there in 2019 when we did that one. So.
Wow. Well, tell me if there's anything you specifically want me to show. This is the Google Drive that we all communicate with, and a lot of people do understand. This is how you get good information out there. Let's show this little video in the middle here and play this one.
This is a driveway project and front porch that we completed just a month or two ago, actually. This is a very recent project we did. They were great homeowners, great to work with. It turned out well. It really did. There's some stamped concrete on the porch there, and then a colored driveway all the way up to the road there.
That looks dynamite.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else we want to glance at here? But I don't want to blow people away with too much all at once. But just I want to show this one right here because I noticed this earlier. This looks like it was almost finished with a gloss.
Yep, that's a gloss sealer on there.
Tell me about that.
That's our stamped concrete. That's a natural slate finish with a dark gray antique on there. So it's one of our favorite stamps and favorite colors. So we do a lot of that stamp and color.
Well, great work. You guys are on the ball. It's that's what we want to exemplify, if you will, because we know that the people that are putting it together are the ones that people need to find out about. Because if you don't get good quality work, especially when you're talking about this, you're talking about substantial stuff here. This is a matter of somebody's livelihood, where they live, the most valuable asset that they have. And if you can increase the value there and give them a good place to live, that gives them a fun perspective on life and raise the kids and have all kinds of good stuff going on. Boy, you guys are really putting it together for everybody there. So I want you guys to keep up the good work. Tell us, what is one big challenge that you've had to face? I mean, business is always challenging.
Yeah.
Nothing ever goes perfect, right? That's not the way the world works. Wouldn't be any fun if it did. Yeah. Tell us the challenge you guys have had to overcome.
I think the biggest one is just building a team. Building a team that produces quality work, and we're constantly growing, constantly adding more equipment, taking on more clients, and I think just growing that team to pay attention to detail is probably one of the biggest thing we've had to overcome, but we're working on it each and every day.
Morgan, you want to share any challenges you guys have been through?
I would say it, like you said, the team. We've had some trouble trying to find people who see our vision in the quality of work that we're wanting to produce, and it's always nice. We have a wonderful team now that helps us create the vision that the client and the customer is wanting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like the phrase, maybe this is something along the lines, teamwork makes the dream work, as they say, right?
Yeah.
We've all heard that one before. All right, everybody, with that ends our first half hour with Morgan and Mike. They literally are some of the best work you've seen out there, and we appreciate them taking the time to come on here. So with that, we're going to finish up this segment. We're going to go for another half hour here beyond this. So watch the full show. This will be edited together on our YouTube channel, and check that all out there. But if you're watching us live on ABC, get back for more. This is the Your Little Castle Show.